she'll get paid out of Kody's good graces, and then he said, and she'll get paid out of Robin's good graces.
At this point, I honestly feel like Janelle Brown is torching Maddie's financial stability just to stay in Kody Brown's good graces. Which is wild, considering the man is neither attractive, charismatic, nor remotely worth sacrificing your children's futures for. As a so-called businesswoman, you'd think Janelle would understand the brand she and Maddie have built.
I agree with a lot of the empowerment for women that's being spoken.
A kind of beige, family-centric women's empowerment thing. But nothing she's doing right now supports that brand. Being the first reincarnation of Robin Brown? Not great for the brand.
All of a sudden doesn't want to be a father to my kids because they disagree with him.
Acting indifferent to how Kody treats her kids? Not great for the brand. That limp attempt to go after Jen? Not great for the brand.
Faith was attractive to me. I felt called to it. So I don't know, I just jumped in. I'm like, okay, let's do it.
Defending polygamy after everything? Absolutely not great for the brand. And all of this is spilling into Taida Farms, which Maddie and her husband invested in with her. As a mom, I'm horrified she'd jeopardize her own daughter's venture. And for Kody?
That I was supposed to marry Kody. I had prayed about it, and he was the guy that I was supposed to marry, and quite specific.
It's giving left the cult but kept the operating system. She still defaults to protect the man at all costs, even if it means throwing other women under the bus to gain favor. I genuinely used to like Christine, Mary, and Janelle, but watching her sabotage her own child's brand so Kody can feel important is just gross. And honestly, let's retire the whole Janelle is the businesswoman myth. Mary Brown is the only one who's actually succeeded in anything entrepreneurial. And Kody resents her for it because she has the work ethic he never had. Yes, their show fame helped all their businesses, from LuLaRoe to the bed and breakfast in Parowan, and yes, most of those ventures would have been non-existent without the fan base. But still.
I want to open a bed and breakfast.
Oh.
Mary is the only one who consistently puts in the work. Meanwhile, Janelle is selling t-shirts with show quotes and calling it entrepreneurship. And let's not pretend this lack of planning is new. Their own book says Janelle tried living in a teepee in Kody and Mary's backyard in Wyoming and lasted one night. A woman planning to winter in a tent is not a woman known for her solid strategic planning skills. The selfishness honestly isn't surprising. You have to be somewhat self-centered to choose a lifestyle where you keep having kids without the emotional or financial infrastructure to actually support them.
The kids should, let him be their patriarch.
None of them, not even the scraggly-haired idiot at the center, have reckoned with how badly they failed those kids. And as much as it pains me to admit, I wouldn't be shocked if Janelle ends up low contact with her children eventually. As they heal from Kody's narcissism, they're going to question why their mother spent years as his excuser and enabler. As for Taida Farms, it's probably never going to become the dream they think it will, which makes this whole mess all the more pointless. Will the real Janelle Brown please stand up? Because after watching the fourth and final installment of the Tell Nothing, I'm questioning everything I thought I knew. Like many of you, I've watched this family since day one. I thought I had the wives pretty well pegged. Janelle was the smart working one, the money brain, the calm, go-along-to-get-along wife. Granted, the bar was on the floor. Mary was prickly, Christine was bratty and immature, and Robin, well, she was Robin. But still, Janelle always seemed like the most reasonable of the bunch. But now, I feel bamboozled. Her confessions during the tell-all were revealing, especially the way she brushed off Mary's very legitimate emotional trauma. Imagine your sister-in-law, someone you already suspected had feelings for your husband, actually becoming your sister wife. Yes, Mary chose polygamy, and yes, that risk exists. But still, it's a mental gymnastics nightmare. And Janelle just laughs it off like, yeah, no big deal. Girl, what? Then there's her parenting, which has annoyed me since literally season 1, episode 1. She had no problem parentifying her kids. Logan was basically Daddy Logan from day 1. I'm not giving Kody a pass here either, but Janelle's lack of sensitivity toward her children shows up again and again. Where was the guidance when her teenage daughter was dating a grown man?
But because of that, apparently, he didn't see Savannah either over Christmas.
Where was the consistent care for sweet Savannah? It always felt like the other OG moms filled the maternal gaps until Arizona shook everything loose. And let's talk about those rumored international market cutscenes.
This is all I need.
You wanted me to kick the boys out.
If it's true that she told Gabe and Garrison to move out for Kody? Oh, I have another rant locked and loaded.
Backdoor deal almost with Janelle. Hey, we'll just sell it out from under these other two.
Because the pattern is clear. Janelle will backburner anyone, including her own kids, if it means keeping her life as easy and comfortable as possible. And honestly, she's allowed to prioritize her happiness. But at your kids' expense? That hits different.
Listen, I'm tired of being gaslit by you.
You are
guys on this.
gaslighting me.
So when Kody called her the Teflon Queen, I initially rolled my eyes and cheered for her. But now, I see it. No one in that family ever holds Janelle accountable. Not the wives, not Kody, not even the kids. If anything, her kids take care of her more than she ever took care of them. The roles have always felt reversed. And the way she claims she didn't know she needed to brush Savannah's hair for school? What was happening on those weekends? Letting the hair mat up so Christine could deal with it Monday morning? Be serious. Honestly, I don't think Janelle is as scheming as Robin or as manipulative as Kody, but she is absolutely not the warm, sensible, no-nonsense wife we all thought we were watching. The cracks are showing. And I wouldn't bet a dime that she wouldn't run back to Kody tomorrow if he magically had great relationships with all her kids and grandkids. The only thing stopping her is the risk of her kids cutting her off. In the tell-alls, she did not come off well, at all. My opinion of her shifted dramatically.
And I'm like, there's probably something going on because Janelle's not really talking about stuff every.
And yes, I even think she fudged the truth about Mary and Jennifer. I didn't expect to be agreeing with Kody on anything in 2024, but here we are. Sorry for being long and dramatic, but wow. The Janelle illusion has officially worn off. Another classic Kody moment. Back in the Las Vegas days, he strolls into Robin's house, scoops up baby Ari, immediately goes, "Aw, you smell," then promptly sets her down and walks away. Doesn't change her. Doesn't even pretend he might. Just leaves his own baby sitting in her poop, waiting for someone else to deal with it.
It's been 10 days and Ari barely makes it through 2. And even when he leaves,
He has always been a terrible father. Pun absolutely intended. And the way the ex-wives romanticize the bare minimum he ever did as a parent never stops blowing my mind. It's like they were so used to expecting nothing from their own dads that Kody doing literally anything looked like a gold star. The bar was underground for them. And now, seeing their sons-in-law actually show up as partners and fathers, I think both Christine and Janelle are realizing just how little they settled for, and how that shortchanged their kids, too.
you have a nanny over.
And then there's that later season gem where he justified having a nanny because it supposedly cost him XX dollars an hour to babysit his own children. Babysit. As if they aren't his. As if he's doing charity work in his own home. What wages was he talking about exactly? The only time he ever made more than $20 an hour was on the show itself. He could literally be changing diapers on camera and getting paid, but no, too hard, apparently. He even bragged about not changing diapers. The OG3 said he never changed a diaper on any of his 18 kids. So of course, Ari wasn't going to be any different. That's not a flex, Kody. That's a confession.
He's very, very wrapped up with the children at Robin's house.
He's always wanted to be the fun parent, which is easy when you refuse to do a single piece of the actual daily work of parenting.
The CPA.
I'm excited for you. Always wanted land. Caleb always wanted to hunt.
Yeah, so like we're
goal.
thinking about the name. Tata.
Does anyone actually believe Tata is going to happen? Because look at who we're talking about here. We've got Janelle, who spends her time wandering through gardens her kids maintain. We've got Caleb, who's eventually going to need a kidney transplant. We've got Maddie with 4 kids, including a special needs child. And sure, I know the show isn't real life, but one thing they are consistent about is not sticking with anything long term.
Farm and tractor supply or something
Yes,
like that.
exactly.
A venture like this isn't plant some pretty flowers and vibe.
Like, okay, so we could get electric with a permit for building though, right?
They would need permits, buildings, probably greenhouses, actual machinery, like tractors, not lawn ornaments, employees, storage for whatever they harvest,
Our own livestock, everything going. Plus, we got to get all the business stuff going.
and a logistics plan to sell it. Plus social media management. Plus about 10,000 things I'm forgetting.
I anticipate that the first 5 years are going to be hella hard work.
They would need serious money and serious labor. These are not people known for their stick-to-itiveness.
So Maddie, Caleb, and I bought 156 acres in North Carolina.
Honestly, I think the extent of this dream is build some houses on the land. Give it a few years, and they'll probably sell off most of it and keep a handful of acres to live on.
A lot of confidence in this tree, but look, it's a symbol. It's a symbol.
Because let's be real, this group could not collectively organize themselves out of a paper bag, let alone start a business like this.
Kody would just take out funds, and I don't know what for. And the money was just being spent.
Have they forgotten that TV money is easy money? Growing and selling flowers is much harder. I say that knowing people who actually do the farm-to-table / CSA / flower business. A married couple, no kids, 10 years in, working their family land, expanding to Christmas trees, hustling every day of spring, summer, and fall. They started in their late 20s, in great shape, with degrees, agriculture experience, mentors, and now, at 40, they're exhausted and scaling way back. It's brutal work, which is why I don't see Tata becoming some big, functioning farm.
Everything's gonna be natural and organic. And what's it gonna be named?
At most, it feels like they want to plant a beautiful garden and maybe turn it into a wedding / party venue. That's still not a guaranteed moneymaker, but at least it's more realistic than imagining them running a full agricultural operation. I truly hope they manage something that lets them live comfortably. And to be fair, we have seen Janelle live within her means, but a thriving, labor-intensive farm? Yeah, no. Honestly, the more I rewatch this whole situation with True's kidney issue, the worse Robin's talking head comment gets.
When I would go and see her in the hospital, I would just, because she was so little.
Her exact quote still blows my mind. When I would go see her in the hospital, she was so little with all the tubes, and she was so despondent. I think maybe she had decided she was done too. I'm sorry, what?
And there's so many little tubes coming out of her and everything, and
She's essentially claiming that a toddler gave up or stopped fighting. Who says that about a sick child? It's not just inappropriate, it's offensive. It's the same gross mentality around chronic or life-threatening illness, where people act like survival is about trying harder or having more willpower. If effort alone cured people, no one would die. It's disgusting to imply that a child's condition comes down to their attitude. And all of this lands even worse when you remember the context. Kody was so busy with Robin's laundry that he couldn't check on True earlier. Laundry.
You have a nanny over.
Meanwhile, Robin had a live-in nanny at the time. With all that help, she still felt comfortable making comments like this? These two have always neglected Truly and treated her as an afterthought. It's not new. It's just more obvious in hindsight.
I think we're all a little surprised about how much fun we had.
And don't forget the chaos during the San Francisco trip. The show edited it like Kody was heroically rotating between homes, caring for everyone. But in reality, he parked himself at Robin's while Aspen took care of Christine's kids, Maddie watched Janelle's, and poor Leon was alone. It's wild. Of course, Robin wouldn't let her kids go without constant supervision. But she had no problem keeping Kody stationed there instead of letting him actually support the rest of the family. How hard would it have been to ask Leon to watch her kids for one night so Kody could do the rotation?
Christine just sent a text saying that she is taking Truly to the emergency room.
And then there's the fact that Robin sent Kody to the wrong hospital when Truly was sick. Mary had to correct him. Why? Because Robin just doesn't care about anyone but herself. To me, her comment about Truly being done sounds like Robin trying to fake sympathy, but with zero genuine warmth behind it. It comes off cold, insensitive, and honestly, like she had nothing meaningful to say, so she started filling airtime with whatever fell out of her mouth. This is literally the last thing you should say about a child fighting a serious illness, especially to that child's mother. Imagine if someone said something this negative about Dayton's eye injury, Soul's bottle rot situation, or Aurora's anxiety. Robin would have lost her mind. At best, this was her clumsy attempt to emphasize how severe Truly's condition was. At worst, it was her usual blend of negativity and word salad. The kid was extremely sick. Of course she had no energy. Did Robin expect her to be jumping on the hospital bed or doing cartwheels? Honestly, Robin probably thought Christine was exaggerating to get Kody's attention until she saw it herself and realized, oh, Truly is actually this sick. Either way, the comment was unnecessary, unhelpful, and absolutely not something you say about a child. So no, you're not being too critical. If anything, you're finally seeing what's always been there.
Robin calls me right when I pull up.
Hey, there is a broken pipe out here.
I still don't understand why no one ever brings up how Robin used to constantly call Kody or show up at another wife's house when it was their time.
And then he would always have to leave in the morning to help get Solinari ready for school.
Or how he'd drag Robin's kids along to a different wife's family outing like that was totally normal. Or how Robin would try to mediate by claiming she'd just had a deep conversation with Kody, as if she were the official spokesperson of the household.
A lot of reference to, you can't talk about Robin, she's the one that's loyal to me.
Talking about Robin has basically become forbidden territory. There are so many issues from back then that were obvious to viewers, but never actually addressed. At this point, the original wives have moved on. Robin interfering just isn't part of their lives anymore. Honestly, I think it's because Robin barely talks and lies by omission, so every conversation involving her fizzles out immediately.
No, I don't think that Robin has any desire to live polygamy or plural marriage.
The others have already said she wasn't trustworthy as a sister wife, and they've openly acknowledged the unequal time and now the unequal financial strain. There's only so much they can repeat, especially when Robin and Kody stonewall. So plenty probably ends up on the cutting room floor. And look, apparently Janelle did similar things too. Kody even claimed Christine would send everyone to eat in the backyard if Janelle came over on Christine's day. I guess Christine wasn't interested in sharing her Kody time, which, fair. These dynamics weren't exclusive to Robin. At this stage, the only one who seems remotely bothered by Robin is Janelle. Christine has fully compartmentalized her out of existence,
I would rotate that way. Mary wasn't in the rotation.
and Mary hasn't had Kody time in a decade, so it's not like she's in a position to complain. Janelle's contribution now is mostly mocking Robin as the shy, pretty wife, and that's about as much energy as anyone still has for the whole topic. If I were Robin, I honestly would have said no too. When my kids were little, the idea of them being away from me overnight made my skin crawl.
He wakes up in the night asking for her. I can't take him away very long without him going, I need to see Mom.
So if Solomon was truly waking up crying for his mama, I'd feel uneasy letting him go, especially overnight and out of town. And to be fair, Robin did compromise by offering Brianna, which I still find funny.
Like, without even thinking about it. It just really surprised me.
But I completely get why Mary was confused and frustrated. She brought up, "You left him with me when you guys went out of town." And honestly, I'd wonder the same thing. Why was it okay then, but suddenly not okay now? Maybe he wasn't having nighttime issues at that point. Who knows?
And I've said to her over and over again, I need you, my kids need you.
The bigger picture is that Robin was constantly accusing Mary of not doing enough or not being involved. So Mary's emotions made sense.
Mariah really loves Solomon, and with this little bit of a distance,
But even then, wanting to use Solomon as a buffer for her situation with Leon wasn't a great look. I still wouldn't have let her take him. Let's not pretend Robin said no because of the buffer thing, though. It was absolutely about control. She does this with all her kids.
I will parent Solomon. Well, you don't need to comfort him.
Remember how she acted when Garrison came home and just wanted to hold Solomon? She was making these flimsy excuses about how he was fussy, and Garrison basically ignored her and held the baby anyway. Iconic.
I'm just saying, you're so quiet.
even though we are like one family.
And honestly, in a lifestyle where you claim all the kids have multiple mothers, I don't see the big issue. It might have actually been good for Solomon.
He can go for a couple of hours, but he really should not be going on a trip out of state.
It's not like Mary was asking to take him to Mexico. But Robin has always had this overly attached, almost stifling relationship with her kids. Saul is 13 now, and she still talks to him like he's 3. At the end of the day, Robin likes to mess with Mary emotionally. She likes looking like she cares, but she really doesn't. That's the part that still annoys me. For more honest Sister Wives breakdowns like this, subscribe and don't miss the next deep dive.